I'm Jennifer Sanasi. You're watching News 24 Live. Our technology journalist Duncan Alfreds is joining me in studio, and he's brought along a brand new toy, the Samsung Galaxy A5. Duncan, why does Samsung need another phone? It seems to me they have a lot of phones under their belt.
They do have a lot of phones, and that's part of the Samsung success story. But a lot of those very expensive premium phones in South Africa that sell for over 11,000 Rand are not selling. So they have issues with the Galaxy Note 4, even though it's a brilliant device. Yes,
yeah, you love the Galaxy Note 4.
Yes, I said that. But not a lot of people can afford 500 Rand a month on a smart small contract, right? So you need to bring in a new device at a slightly lower price point, while at the same time protecting the brand, because people now buy brands, not so much devices.
Well, it looks like the S series to me.
Ah, bingo! Exactly. When the first time I saw this phone, I thought, you know what? This is like the Samsung Galaxy S2.9, because it looks like the follow-up to the Samsung Galaxy S2 before the S3 came out and had that clamshell. Remember that clamshell look? This one is a lot more on the rounded edging, much like a fruit company that I won't mention. But it's still, don't be fooled, because this is supposed to be a cheaper device. And note, I didn't say cheap, right? Just a cheaper device. It is extremely, extremely capable. You still get a quad-core processor. You still get decent RAM. You still get a device that can handle these demanding applications way beyond just WhatsApp and chatting on your Facebook. So it is cheaper, but it's not a cheap device. And you can see the design is pretty elegant.
Now, I want to get to the price point in just a little bit, but before we get there, I want to know what your favorite features are.
Right, so if you go to the settings, there we go. Notice that this is different, completely different layout from what we've seen in older previous generation devices. What they've done now is they've grouped your settings in terms of what it is you want to do. And this is important because a lot of people who are new to smartphones, who are going to buy these new kind of devices, when they get here, they become extremely intimidated. So essentially, all I can go is I look at data usage, and then I have the apps that manage that. And if I change that, say, to sound, and then it will jump immediately to my
It looks really clean
and
easy to navigate.
Exactly. And that, it's a small change. But I think that makes a big difference for people who are coming into smartphones, people who have come from, say, feature phones and other brands. And it makes it a lot easier. It lowers the barrier to entry for them to be able to use a device like this and not feel intimidated.
Right.
On other Samsung devices like the S5 and the S6 is coming out next month, and the Galaxy Note 4, they've had to employ tricks like an easy mode to try and get people involved. But the fact of the matter is, people who buy a Galaxy S4, a Galaxy S5, and a Note 4, they don't want an easy mode, right? Those are your first adopters. It's far more likely that people who buy the A series and even the Galaxy Pocket are people who are coming up from feature phones that would require a nice clean layout like this to make it really easy to manage the phone.
All right, so now we know that it's an easy to manage phone with a nice clean settings layout. What else do you like about this phone?
Okay, what else do I like is your video tools. Again, it's nice and Samsung-y. Doesn't work too well in the studio because we've got these spotlights. But again, you get nice, easy photographic tools. You can do your panorama. You can do all of them just by one touch, and then you have it. And what's nice is you can even download some more. So essentially, if you want another type of camera style, you can download that. I know that there's one that I downloaded previously, which was like the time shift mode, which is automated now. And a lot of those functions, remember, in older versions of Android devices, they used to be add-ons, used to be third-party apps.
Right.
And we see Android becomes bigger and bigger now. A lot of those third-party functionalities are now being employed directly into the Android operating system. So you don't need to download as many apps unless you have a very specific interest.
What are some of your favorite photo or video tools that are on this phone?
Right, I'm not a great fan of Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
That's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate, but I'm not a great fan of Instagram. But I like the fact that if you look at the lens with this Samsung, you'll see that it's a raised lens, and I have issues with that. But also it gives you a pretty wide aperture for such a small device. So in other words, you can take better low light pictures with this phone than you could on even previous and sort of cheaper devices. That's nice. The issue I have with the raised lens though is that for people who are clumsy like I am, I'm going to scratch that and I'm going to break it.
Yeah.
And so what I would say is if you get a device like this and you're spending, I mean on contract it's around 389 Rand a month, which is nosebleeding still in my view. But if you get a device like this, get a cover, right? If you're spending a device costing over 5,000 Rand, spend 200 bucks buying a cover.
Yeah.
So that at least you protect especially that camera so you don't break it.
All right, so you mentioned it's $389 a month on contract. If you want to buy this phone outright, do you know what the price is?
It's about 7,000 Rand.
That's still a little steep.
Yeah. Look, it's. I can't lie about this, man. It is a lot more pricey than I would like. But it's also significantly cheaper than 10 and 11,000 Rand, right? Also, that this A5, that price is going to come down. So if you really want to buy that, what I would say is give it 3 months, right? Once the Galaxy S6 comes out and the other new devices, we're going into launch season now in March. Once those new devices are out, it is likely that the price for these ones will come down. And if they come down by 1,000 Rand or more, I would say then go for it, buy it.
Do you own the Samsung Galaxy A5? Let us know what you think of it in the comment section below this video.